Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Delete Murd. This time with something a little bit different. On the last episode, the end scene of the last boss fight I found pretty cool, so I wanted to rewatch it again with you, and later, when it's over, I will play it again and then say some statements about it and philosoph a bit about it. So yeah, let's start right into it.
You tarried in the mortal world for a good while, didn't you? Speak clearly.
Once again, I proved it to you, Jinshanzu.
You chose a means to an end, not to a proof. You sow chaos in hearts just for the sake of winning. How absurd and pathetic.
If not for winning, why debate over means and ends?
Alright, so here I am again. Let's just keep it running and it will pause on parts I find interesting, at least. So first we see a creature that's been found in the wilds of sea, appearing to be half dead of some sort, but almost like human-like. You can see the belly button and the nipples like a fat person. But it also has like claws, and they don't really know what it's supposed to be, and they are fear of it also. But here you could clearly see the asshole, and it appears to be looking like something of a turtle. And here he kinda shows the superpower of this turtle as of himself. So he's also capable of doing, I will just call it magic tricks, healing people and gifting beauties. Gifting beauty, I mean. And also here you can see like he has some different skills as well. Forming a tornado of water in midst of sea, feeding everybody. So of course people would see him as kind of godless at this point already, and treat him as such, as humankind always do. Have different days of to celebrate and pray to him. And at this point you could clearly see, in my opinion, him getting greedy. And here also, it might be like a few hundred years later, right? A council has formed like some sort of state or government, giving people their payment for the offerings that they brought to the turtle god. And there is so many people waiting for the payment, I guess, and the scene shifts to one specific person, and I think this is the same one who we just saw earlier. Trying to see through all of this craziness and acting out of his own will instead of whatever the society wants. And here on this scene I found it very interesting because you could clearly see, look at the clothing of the man. It gets pulled by an invisible force almost. See that? It's almost like this is not even one of them. This is not even a human. Not one of this society. Maybe he was also made by the turtle god. And this is all like planned. So he's supposed to do what he's doing and attack the turtle. And he clearly lets it happen. He saw it coming, I guess. And he did that just to show everybody what would happen if somebody would just attack him. And even though he's like, uh, I guess sacrificing his own life, who, by the way, not forget, might be a creation of the turtle god himself, just to saw chaos, as it was said in the very last part of the video. And everybody's seeing what they could do if they would just act out of their own. And they killed the turtle god, of course, getting all the treasures out of it, which might be a fourth or not. And here's one thing I don't understand about this whole story. Like, he could create basically everything. He created wealth in this country. He created a lack of hunger. Or he could also furthermore create a lack of hunger, because he was able to do this pool of this whirlpool of water and make the fish fly out of the sea, so nobody has to go to sea, right? So hunger wasn't the problem. So I don't really get why this kind of society even formed, and why they needed to use payment between each other if everything was settled. Like, nobody was hungry, nobody was ugly, nobody would fear death because of any kind of sickness, because everything was just healed by the turtle god. And the turtle god, all it wanted was get food, as we saw. And for the food, he could act himself. Why? Why the need for some kind of currency? That's what I don't understand. So basically the humans didn't have a need for this payment. They didn't have a need for killing him and robbing him of his wealth, I guess, of his jewelry, because they didn't need to pay anybody, because everything came from this turtle god. And as we can see, he's still kind of alive. Not really, but also not dead. And there's another entity, which might be a deity, speaking to him right now.
For a good while, didn't you? Speak clearly.
Once again, I proved it to you, Jinshansu.
You chose a means to an end.
And those two don't seem to be like friends to me. They seem to have an infinite debate between each other. One being the good, one being the bad. This one we see right now is the good person or the good spirit, and the turtle one is to be like something of Satan or Belial or whatever you want to call it. The evil part of history.
Not to approve. You sow chaos in hearts just for the sake of winning. How
And here we can see him actually admitting that all of this was just to make trouble.
absurd and pathetic.
If not for winning, why debate over means and ends?
So the only purpose of him was winning a debate or whatever he wanted to win. But in order to win, he took all measurements necessary. And because I think he's a deity of some kind, I don't think he would feel pain at all. So being killed by people is probably not the worst thing that could happen to him. But he somehow had to start doubt and anger and untrust of the humans surrounding him, so his plan would go off. But the only thing his plan could be working, I think, would be through currency. But as I stated before, there was no need basically to go to work to get paid in jewelry or whatever they used as currency, because they had everything. They can build houses by themselves. They probably had families. Everybody could help building a house, so they had something to live, I assume, or somewhere to live. The food came from the turtle god. There was no need for currency. There was also no need for government. So I don't really understand how this turtle god would create chaos in hearts, like the other deity said, or entity said, because there was absolutely no use to attack him at all. And even if I'm right, maybe that the turtle god created this one human that attacked him, or supposed to attack him, without any reason, just to show everybody else that what would happen if they were to attack him. They also would have no reason, because every kind of healing came from the turtle god. Every kind of food came from the turtle god. And every kind of wealth came from the turtle god. So when they killed him, they got a lot of wealth, but they screwed themselves in means of beauty and health. So I don't get the story for this plot. Because wealth is not everything in a society, in a good society, in a working society. And the only thing a society would get worse if you would inflate the currency with which we are experiencing over the last few hundred years already. And we are also experiencing, in our words, that the society gets worse. But we also have a meaning for wealth. We also have a meaning for money. We need it. We don't get it for free. But they did, apparently. So I don't really get it. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't get anything, something. Maybe there's some parts of history that I'm not aware of. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about this. Maybe I will make another video if there's enough comments. And yeah, see you in the next part. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.